Hello, happy Monday. Welcome back to another Lord of the Rings live stream. We are continuing on in our progression series. This is game 23, if you can believe it. It's been a long journey and we still got a lot of time to go, which is very exciting. But 23, we are in the middle of the Overhill Underhill Hobbit box. So we are playing, what is it? The Lonely Mountain. So we are taking on Smaug today. Hopefully he can be very swingy, so we'll talk about kind of the scenario, what we are looking at, and then and then our deck and how we're going to be combating this scenario. So the Lonely Mountain is a 4-step scenario. However, really we only ever want to go through 3 of these. 4 is if we wake up Smaug and he gets angry and he comes and kills us, and we don't want that. That is bad. So basically what we're doing is we're starting out with the Lonely Mountain and Smaug the Golden in play, and the objective is to have Bilbo, who, surprise, Bilbo is here. He's required, so I don't think that's a huge surprise, but have Bilbo burgle his way into the Lonely Mountain and pull out some of these treasures. Currently there are 5 treasures under the Lonely Mountain, and the more that we pull, the more Smaug gets a little bit angrier and he may wake up and attack us. So Smaug, after we make a successful burgle attempt, we have the opportunity to go ahead and progress onto stage 3. Stage 1 is basically nothing. Stage 2 is when we burgle, and once we successfully burgle, we have the opportunity to go on into stage 3, and at that point Smaug the Magnificent wakes up and he starts eating us. He eats us very fast and he tries to, he kills us. So the way that we are going to be running this is with these heroes. So we got Bilbo, who's required. We've got Sting, which can be included. I actually missed that in our last play. That Sting can be included in this deck because it was a found treasure from a previous scenario. And so we can run that. We are running that. And then we're also running Bilbo's Magic Ring. These are going to be shuffled in, but we will tutor them very quickly. The hero lineup that we're running today is actually going to be very familiar. It's going to be Dane with these attachments. We're going to be running Ori, and we're going to be running Nori. So no change in the hero lineup from last play, and because we are playing campaign mode, that does mean that we are not required to increase our threat any. And so we're sitting here with a starting threat of 28. Because these are the heroes that we ran through the previous campaign, the previous scenario of the campaign. So Dane is our workhorse. Dane is the dwarf that gives all of our other dwarves +1 fight and +1 willpower whenever they are ready. And so having Dane ready is critical here because we're going to be running a lot of dwarfs. And with him, we're going to be running a Legacy of Durin. So whenever we play a dwarf, we get to draw a card. That combos really well with Nori's ability. Whenever we play a card, we get to lower our threat by 1. We've got a Narvi's Belt, a Song of Travel, and a Song of Wisdom. And so this is actually kind of an interesting choice, I thought. I don't know if I love it, but it's the way that I could figure out how to consistently get to where I needed to be. So Narvi's Belt gives any sphere of influence for basically that phase, and Song of Travel and Song of Wisdom give you the lore and spirit sphere. And so that's our entire deck. We don't have any cards that are outside of those spheres, but it was just consistent to draw into these. Ideally what happens is we get Narvi's first and then we can get songs later. We do also have a Rivendell Minstrel to tutor the songs, but it just kind of allowed for the most flexibility. We've got Steward of Gondor that we're going to be putting on Dane, mainly once we get all of these spheres available to him. He's going to be the one who's going to be paying for everything. Then an Unexpected Courage, which will allow us to either defend or quest with Dane and still maintain that dwarven bonus. And so that's kind of the gambit that we're going to be running with Mr. Ironfoot here. With Ori, we've got a Ever My Heart Rises, and Nori, we're also going to throw an Ever My Heart Rises on there as well. If we get Unexpected Courage soon, we may make the transition to shift Ever My Heart Rises over to Dane. That's just going to be a game time decision, and we'll figure that out later. But so these allow you to ready a character, or ready a dwarf character after you travel to a mountain or underground location. We do have a couple of mountain locations in here, and whenever we do that, we get to ready the attached character and reduce our threat by 1. Threat is going to be our main kind of driver in this game, and so we're going to be wanting to reduce that as much as possible. Let's take a look at the deck. So running Gandalf sneak attacks, and this is actually, I have, in my practice games, I have not really run the Gandalf sneak attack for damage, which is typically what I normally do. When we have to kill Smaug the Golden, or take care of Smaug the Golden, he actually cannot be damaged by Gandalf, and so we'll be using these to either block, sneak attack Gandalf in, probably not to block, to attack, or to quest, and then either draw cards, because cards are also really critical in this scenario, or go ahead and reduce our threat depending on where we're sitting. You got 2 Gloins, 2 Dwallins, 2 Biffers, and the reason we're running multiple copies of these unique dwarfs is we are dwarves will be dying. There will be a lot of deaths. You got Biffer, got 2 Zygal Miners, got 2 Record Keepers, got 3 Hammersmiths, and so we will be discarding a lot of cards using our burgle checks, and we'll go into a little bit more detail of those here soon. But the Hammersmiths allows us to grab those cards back. It's also key that we're running a lot of allies, and I tried to run a lot of 2-cost allies because of the way the burgle checks work. You got Philly and Killy. You got 2 Longbeard Elders. Got 3 Miner of the Iron Hills, and so these have been critical because there is a encounter card in there that attaches to a hero with the most resources, and it counts as a condition attachment. They get -1 willpower for every resource they have on them, and then whenever they spend a resource, they take a damage. And so typically that's going to be Bilbo, because we're going to be saving up money on Bilbo so that whenever we do start making these burgle checks, we can be confident that we can pass them. And if we pull that encounter card, the Miner of the Iron Hills can discard that immediately. We got the Rivendell Minstrel to tutor our song cards, Gleowine for card draw, Master of the Forge to go grab attachments, which you see here, Ancient Matin to go ahead and draw some cards, and then we're running our standard, well, not actually our standard, we're running 3 Tests of Wills. We're not running any Hasty Strokes. The shadow cards in this scenario are not atrocious, and so we freed up some space in our deck for other cards. So we're running 3 Tests of Wills, 3 Dwarven Tombs, 3 Galadriel's Greeting, and actually 2 Will of the West, because there have been a couple of times where I have decked out, and at that point you'll basically lose the scenario, and so you don't want to do that. So that is the deck, and we'll see how it works. It is a crazy scenario. It's a crazy scenario. It's a lot of fun. It's very challenging, but it can be pretty intense. So looking forward to it. Ooh. The scenario, so the Lonely Mountain, has a threat of 12. However, it gets -2 threat for every treasure still underneath it, and so that's why we have the dice there. So right now the Lonely Mountain is actually only contributing a threat of 2, and so once we start taking more treasures, it does get harder to quest. And then Smaug has a threat of X, where X is equal to the number of non-burglar characters committed to the quest. The only burglar character that I have is Mr. Bilbo Baggins himself. And so he can basically quest for free. And kind of what our strategy is going to be is not try and burgle until we can build out our board state. So we want to build the board state, get a significant amount of allies on the table, and then also reduce our threat to pretty low. We want to get that threat pretty low because once Smaug awakens into Smaug the Magnificent, he will be attacking, and that first attack will go against Bilbo every round with the magic ring for 3, and basically cancel it with 3 threat increase. So that's the idea. Let's see if we can execute. I do like the fact that stage 1B, you just skip the quest phase and you basically just get an extra turn to build, which is nice. So I appreciate that they did that for us. Let's get everything shuffled up. Perfect. All right, so we are at the Lonely Mountain, which is right here on our map. So you can make sure that you see that because it's going to be right above where our quest card is. But that's where we are in our story. And the warm welcome. So set up search the encounter deck for Smaug the Golden, Smaug the Magnificent, the Lonely Mountain, and a Bear Patch. Set Smaug the Magnificent and the Bear Patch's side out of play, which they're out there. Add Smaug the Golden and the Lonely Mountain to the staging area. Shuffle the 5 treasures. I'll go ahead and shuffle those. I don't know what order they're in, but just to do it on stream, place them face down under the mountain. What I have found is we probably are gonna max grab 1, maybe 2 of these. Hey Maddie, thanks for the sub, I appreciate it. You subscribed for 5 months. I can't believe it's been that long. That's awesome. Smaug has 20 health. Smaug has 20 health, yes, and he's indestructible and he's immune to player card effects. You cannot touch him. Basically what happens is he wakes up and becomes Smaug the Magnificent. He gets angry. He becomes a 56, 8, 8, 20, and you have to figure out how to deal some damage to him. But what's nice is you don't have to deal 20 damage to him. You have to basically put enough quest count or progress counters on the main quest that exceed his health. So there's a little bit of kind of a pulley system that you're working. You're going to want to try and damage him as well as try and balance out that health. So, or the quest counters. It's crazy. And what's even crazier, so if Smaug is dealt a encounter card with a burgle effect, which is about 60% of that deck, then he attacks again. And this is not limited to once per round or anything. And so I've had Smaug attack me 9 times in a row. So he just killed everything. And I still won that scenario. It was at the very end of the scenario. I still won, but it was disheartening to say the least. Alrighty, we got a warm welcome. So the Lonely Mountain. Hey Astari, what new midday streaming devil is this? This is what it looks like when I do this full time. So doing it a little bit earlier to free up my evenings to spend with my family. So, and hopefully it allows some people to jump in, but happy to have you here, Mr. Astari. We are taking on Smaug. I'm sure you have struggled and thrown your head against the wall on this scenario before too, because it's a beefy one. So a warm welcome. This is my favorite quest card we have ever had. So a warm welcome says, so one day, although autumn was now getting far on, the winds were cold and the leaves were falling fast. 3 large boats left Lake Town, laden with rowers, dwarves, Mr. Baggins, and many provisions. Skip the quest phase, and at the end of the round, advance to stage 2. So basically, it's giving us a full turn to build. So very nice of them, because we are going to need it. So we get 6 cards. we are looking for, if we can grab Steward, that would be excellent. If we can grab a song, that'd be really nice. But let's see what we got. We're opening our pack. Got Miner of the Iron Hills. Miner is not a card that we put into play until a condition comes out. Got Dwarven Tomb, which does not help us now. Dwalin, which does not help us now. Gleowine, which is kind of nice. Biffer, which does not help us now. And Philly, which actually does make it kind of nice because we can Philly, go grab Killy. And at that point, we satisfy the 5 dwarfs. So we start drawing extra cards. We play this for 1. Biffer, we draw some cards. However, it's a little bit risky. It's a little bit risky. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna mulligan this one. I wish we had 1 building card with us. If we had 1 building card, maybe without that miner, that'd be a nice start. But we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, okay, so gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No pressure. Also, a test of will would be nice to have in the opening hand. Oh, we got a Gandalf. Hey, we got a sneak attack with a Gandalf, which does not, it can help. Gladrians, which is nice. Biffer, we got the magic ring, which actually, oh, and then there's another Gandalf. So we don't have a choice. We do have to stick with this, and so here we go. Draw 1 card, which is Dwalin. Ooh, okay. Beast Snow, what's up? I can't wait for more Lord of the Rings cards. I hope you get you're getting them soon, right? Like very soon. If I recall right, like Wednesday. Let's give everyone some money. Okay. So the goal here is to get dwarfs on the cable. One would hope. Well, I also would hope. Are you winning? I just started, and when you just start a scenario of Lord of the Rings, the assumption is no, you are not winning. So we are taking on Smaug. So starting out, we're going to throw Bilbo's magic ring onto Mr. Bilbo himself. We will go ahead and spend 1 resource to trigger his action. Spend 1 Baggins resource to search your deck for a treasure card. I am not running any of the other treasure cards that I picked up, mainly because I didn't want to bloat my deck, because the burgle attempts, which we'll go into here in a second, their burgle attempts are very critical on which card you draw. So we got Sting. We'll attach it to Bilbo Baggins, which gives him +1 to all of his stats. And then after he exhausted Finn, discard the top card of the encounter deck, deal damage to the attacking enemy equal to its threat. This is an epic combo with Bilbo's magic ring. However, with Smaug, he cannot be damaged by any card effects, so that is a little bit sad. Okay. So here we go. So we're gonna hang out. We're just gonna hang out. We're skipping the quest phase, and so we'll go to the end of the round. We'll increase our threat. We will pass out money. We will draw a card, which is Ever My Heart Rises. Okay, nice. And here we are. Okay, so we got some money on the table. We will put Ever My Heart Rises here on Mr. Nori. So Ever My Heart Rises again is if once we travel to a mountain or underground location, we can ready the card and then reduce our threat by 1. So that is really nice. So this is the other kind of like tricky thing about the scenario is I don't necessarily want to succeed. So whenever I succeed, let's go ahead and talk about this. We're moving on to 2A. Let's go ahead and talk about it. There he lay, a vast red golden dragon, fast asleep, thrumming came from his jaws and nostrils and wisps of smoke, but his fires were low in slumber. Beneath him, under all his limbs and his huge coiled tail, and all about him on all sides, stretching away across the unseen floors, lay countless piles of precious things, gold wrought and unwrought, gems and jewels, and silver red stained in the ruddy light. So, stage 2B. So after questing successfully, place 1 progress token on Smaug the Golden. And so this does not have a quest threshold. So instead we are placing progress counters on Smaug. Then the first player makes a burgle attempt. Burgle attempt, you discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a card with a burgle effect on it. You read that effect and then you carry it out. Basically what it will be is shuffling your deck, discarding the top card, and discarding cards that are related to that card somehow. So that could be the same sphere and type, that could be the same cost and type, etc, etc. But we don't have a lot of cards in our hand, so we're probably not going to be very successful in these burgle attempts. And so if we try the burgle attempt and fail, so after the first players make an unsuccessful burgle attempt, Smaug the Golden attacks the first player. So at that point, we probably lose a hero, right? Dane could survive an attack, Bilbo could survive an attack, but he's going to be questing for us. So we're going to actually try and like mess with our threat. We're going to let that inch up. We're going to let it inch up a little bit, and then we're going to bring it back down before we start pushing. So it's nice that we have a Galadriel's Greeting in our hand, which will take care of 6 of that. But here we go. Okay, so we're going to go Bilbo Baggins is going to quest for 2. 1 extra with Sting. Smaug is 0 because he is a burglar. So we're going 2 to 2. We flip this. This is a Surge. It's a 1. And it says when a location is revealed from the encounter deck, place 1 progress counter on Smaug the Golden. And it surges into Dark Bats. After Dark Bats damages a character, attach it to that character. While the attach counts as a condition, it gets -1 to all of its stats. Okay, so we quested for 2, we show 5, so our threat goes up 3. We're gonna engage the bats. We're gonna optionally engage the crow here. No, we're going to leave the crow out there, actually. We're going to leave the crow out there. Yeah. So the bats engage us. We will defend with Dane. So it's attacking for 2. We have a defense of 3. There's no shadow effect, so we're good. Oh, wait. Oops. I already dealt the shadow card. There's no shadow effect, so we're good. And then we'll swing back here to kill the bats. At the end of the round, we unexhaust everyone, increase our threat, draw a card, which is Unexpected Courage, which is pretty good here. And then we'll pass out some money. Okay. So we're at 33 threat. We're not getting the cards that we kind of need. We need allies. We just need dwarf allies. And ideally not Dwalin or Bifur, which trigger if we have 5 dwarf characters. So really kind of hoping that we can draw in. We do have a sneak attack Gandalf, which can draw us some allies, but I'm hoping that we don't, or draw us some cards. I'm hoping that we don't need to use them for that though. Let's go ahead and we're showing 3. If we burgle with Bilbo, we're gonna go our threat up, but it's gonna be fine. Okay, so we'll quest for 2 against a show of 3. We'll flip into a 3. So hidden path. We have to spend 2 Baggins resources to travel here, and while the hidden path is the active locations in the staging area get -1 threat, and it's a 3 threat, and so we quested for 2 against 5. No, I'm sorry, against 6, and so we go up 4. We will go ahead and travel here. We will spend 2, and then we will exhaust Ever My Heart Rises to lower our threat by 1. So we're down to 36. We will then choose to optionally engage the crow. And we revealed a location, so we do have to place a progress on Smaug. When Smaug gets to 6, we go to stage 4, he starts killing us, and we don't like to wake Daddy Smaug. So the crows are coming in. We will have Dane defend again, so it's going to be 1 to 3, no shadow, and then we will swing back for 3 to kill the crow. Okay. Enter the round on exhaust, raise threat, draw a card, Glad Dreams Greeting again, pass out money. So at this point, I think we need to just bite the bullet and start playing some dwarves. I still don't necessarily want to win. I don't want to over quest. I don't want to succeed necessarily. Okay, so let's go ahead and spend 3 from Nori to play Dwalin, which will lower our threat by 1 to trigger Nori's ability. We will spend 3 from Ori to play Biffer. And so after you play Biffer from your hand, while you control at least 5 dwarfs, he gains response after. So actually, I don't think that really works that way. I don't think that works the way that I wanted to. Nori spelled backwards is irony. Iron. It is iron. That's great. Nice. Okay, so let's do this. So we have him out. So during the quest phase, we're going to spend 1 to sneak attack Gandalf. We're not going to have him commit to the quest, though. We're going to draw 3 cards. Got a Test of Will, Philly, and Gloin. There we go. Okay, that's what we needed. That's what we needed right there. Okay, so we are showing 2. We will quest for 2. We're at 36. We'll quest for 2 more with Dwalin. We'll quest for. Oh, actually, we're showing 3. Or we're showing 1. We're only showing 1 because we are only counting half, or getting -1 to this. So let's go ahead and quest for 2. Let's quest for 5. So we'll quest for 5. We're showing 1. We'll flip up a 2. So we do successfully quest, which means we place 1 here, and then we place 1 here, which that goes away, unfortunately. And we do a burgle attempt. So we'll flip this. So the first player shuffles his deck and reveals the top card. He may discard 3 cards from his hand that match the revealed card's type. Also, I think Bilbo should at least have 1 resource, right? What would he have spent his resources on? Bilbo should have a lot of resources. I think I messed up. I think he should have 3. Yeah, I didn't spend money on anything. My lord, 9 defense with 28 HP. No thanks. Don't worry, he gets a little bit easier. He only has 8 defense here, but he does go up to 8 attack. So he gets mad. And then whenever you flip a card that has a burgle effect on it, then he attacks again. I was saying earlier that he attacked me for 9 times in a row without me being able to do anything about it. Okay, so I can discard 3 cards that match this card's type. I'm instead going to spend 2. So here it says, while making a burgle attempt, the first player may spend 2 resources of the 2 Baggins resources to take the reveal card into his hand, and that's just because I kind of really need Killy. I wish that I did not draw Killy. I really wish I didn't draw Killy. So instead, we're gonna do another ally. We will not do that. We will fail the burgle attempt. Smaug will attack. 6 will defend with Gandalf. So 6, no effect. So Gandalf takes 2 damage at the end of the round. He's going to return to our hand. But that did set us up to where we kind of need to be. So that's good. That's nuts. When you say a little easier, you mean very little? Yeah, pretty much. So basically what you have to do is once you progress onto the next stage, you have to have your progress tokens on the quest exceed his health. And so you don't have to deal all the damage to him. Is Gandalf Jesus? He took a shot in the face from Smaug. He's basically Jesus, let's be honest. Okay, so this guy's going to come in and engage us. We will defend with, I guess, we'll defend with Dwalin. No, we'll defend with Dane. So it's 2, no shadow, and then we'll swing back and kill. Just like that. Okay. Unexhaust. Pass out money. Draw a card. Will of the West. Okay. There you go. So what we'll do here is we'll probably toss in maybe like a Philly or something. And then we can have him die. Will of the West later in the game, and then we'll have Killy able to trigger that entering ability. So, but first things first, let's start building our dwarven army. So we're gonna spend 3 from Dane to play Philly. We will lower our threat by 1. We will spend 3 from Ori to play Biffer. Then we control 5 or more doors, so we get to draw 2 cards. Hey, there's a Narvi's Belt. There's a Miner of the Iron Hills as well. I'm gonna need to make this hand a little bit more reasonable. Really would like to see a Steward here, but here we are. Okay. Now we're going to be drawing 2 cards at the beginning of each round, which is nice. Also, I need to lower my threat for Biffer during play because of Nori's ability. Nori's ability can get pretty nuts, honestly. The next turn we'll hit him with the Galadrians. And ideally we'll start winning at that point. So we're at 34, which is a little bit higher than I want it to be. Usually I can get our threat down to around 20. But which is kind of what I want to look for before we start defending, to raise our threat with the magic rings. So we can basically cancel all damage dealt if we raise our threat by 3. And so that's the magic rings ability, and that's what we'll be using for the just onslaught of Smaug attacks that will be happening. So we'll quest with Bilbo for 2. We're showing 2. Flip this. Each dragon enemy in the staging area makes an immediate attack against the player with the highest total willpower committed to the quest. Do not deal a shadow card for this effect. Yeah, if you want to have Denethor go solo against Smaug, I would enjoy that immensely. That'd be incredible. I just imagine that, just, you know, he's just like shoving tomatoes in his mouth, just running at the Lonely Mountain. I would love that. That'd be incredible. Okay, so Smaug's attacking for 6 with no shadow effect. I could cancel. I don't think I want to. At this point, we'll sacrifice Killy. Or you know what? I'm wondering if we just, yeah. Oh my goodness. We'll have Dane defend it. We'll throw 3 damage on Dane, just so he can keep our dwarf allies, because Dane can survive an attack from Smaug, but he cannot survive an attack from Smaug the Magnificent. So Dane will die. So there you go. There's that. We are unsuccessful in the quest. We went 2-2, no threat raise, which is honestly exactly what we wanted to do. That's perfect right there. So at the end of the round, we will take this, increase our threat. Resource phase, we will pass out some money. We get to draw 2 cards because we control 5 dwarf characters. We got Ever My Heart Rises and another Test of Will, and our hand is starting to get pretty beefy, which is what you need in this scenario. So because we will need to start, you know, surviving those burgle attempts, let's take a look at the treasures. I will reshuffle, but so the Arkenstone is nice. It would be nice to have. I think it would be like a really solid one for future quest as well as this one. We don't really want the hunting bow. If we pull the hunting bow, that's actually very sad because we're playing solo, so ranged attacks don't really work with us. There are a couple of cards in the tactics sphere that it does. We got the golden cup, which is also not a huge win for us if we pull it, but we do want the mithril shirt so we can attach it to Bilbo. He gets +1 defense and +1 hit point, and the battle axe is also pretty good. So out of these, we're really looking at a 60% pull. If we can pull one of these 3 at the beginning, and ideally either the shirt or the Arkenstone, then we probably push at that point. We don't go for more treasure, because if we go for more treasure, it just makes the rest of the quest harder. But you do have like sweet stuff to deal with. But in solo, it's really tough. Okay, so we've got a lot of stuff going. We'll go Ever My Heart Rises on Ori. Ooh, we don't have enough. Oops. Thought we were gonna have enough money to play a Gloin, but we do not. We will. We'll spend 3 to go ahead and hit Gladrian's Greeting 1 time. So we'll go down to a 29 threat. There we go. Okay. So we're starting to get built out. We need a lot of dwarfs. Like we really do need to fill this board with dwarfs, because they will be Smaug food. So we'll quest here with Bilbo. So 2-2. We'll flip a 1. So, ooh, the secret entrance. Well, the secret entrance is the active location. The Lonely Mountains threat is reduced by half. Then we have to exhaust a hero and name a card type to travel here. Then look at the top card of the encounter deck. If the looked at card is not the name type, return this to the staging area. So we went 2-3, so we do increase our threat by 1. We're up to 30. And we're not going to travel there at this point. That will be a future. That'll be really convenient in the future. Okay, so we'll ready, increase our threat, draw 2 cards, Will of the West again, and another Gladrian's Greeting. I really am looking forward to drawing some money cards. We'll pass out money. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and spend 3 from Dane to put Gloin into play. So when you control at least 5 dwarfs, Glowing gains after you play him from your hand. Choose a hero, add 2 resources to that hero's pool. We will throw it onto Nori. Okay. And we get to reduce our threat by 1 because we played a dwarf. Then we'll spend 3 resources from Nori. Actually, you know what? We're not gonna do that. We're gonna hang out because just in case we draw one of those bad encounter cards, because we still need some money to pay for Test of Will. We could do Unexpected Courage at this point. Okay. So I feel like I'm so conservative in this game. Like, I really want more dwarves on the table, or a sneak attack in my hand. That would be pretty nice as well. But we cannot always be choosers. We're at 30. Let's do one more round. Let's do one more round and see where that gets us. So we'll quest for 2. We're showing 3. We'll flip here for a 4. That hurts. So we increase our threat by 5, up to 35. And then this says that while the Great Hall is the active location, it gains force. Put 1 progress token on Smaug the Golden at the end of each round. Okay. Yeah, we will. I don't want to travel there. If we travel there, then we're really starting to limit ourselves. Let's go ahead. We have to get that 4 out of there. So let's travel there. We can exhaust these to lower our threat by 2. So that's fine. We're at 33. No encounter phase, so we will unexhaust. Here we go. Raise our threat. Draw 2 cards. There's a Longbeard Elder, and there's a Hammersmith, which doesn't really do too much for us right now. We'll pass out some money. And we can start. We have to take care of that. So we have to push pretty hard here. So if we push pretty hard, we will be able to burgle. We'll see. We'll just see what the burgle attempt yields, I think. But I'm pretty confident that we will be able to pass the burgle attempt with our absurd amount of cards in our hand. But okay. So we'll go ahead and spend 3 from Nori for a Gladrium's Greeting to lower our threat by 6. Taking us down to 28. Just feeling pretty good. We do have the 1 resource there then to play a Test of Will if we need to. We are showing 2, 3, and we need to pass that. So let's go ahead and let's spend 2 from Ori to go ahead and put the Hammersmith into play. It does not get to trigger his ability, but we do get to lower our threat by 1. And let's go ahead and start counting this up. So we're going to spend 2, 4, 6, 9. And we're going to leave the Hammersmith out here to take a hit, if need to, from Smaug. Plus 2. Plus 3. Plus 3. So we're questing for 17. That may be overkill, so we may pull some people off. But we do have 2 defenders, so if we flip an enemy, we have a defender with Dane, we have a defender with the Hammersmith, so we have a little bit of flexibility there. So we are showing 2, 3. And then he gets plus 1 for every non-burglar character. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 to 17. Our worst encounter card in here is a 4, which puts us at 13. And at that point, we still would pass this. And so at that, I'm comfortable with that because I do want to clear this Great Hall. So let's flip this up. It is a 3, the Desolation of Smaug. While it is the active location, the first treachery card resolved each round it gains surge. Gross. Okay, so we do succeed. This clears, which is very nice for us. And now we have to place a token here and resolve a burgle ability. First player shuffles his deck and reveals the top card. He may discard 2 cards from his hand that match the reveal card's sphere. So not bad. So we've got we can do 1 Will of the West, and we can do, we're at 27. I want to hang on to Galadriel's. We can probably do a Killy, honestly, because I don't see us running a Will of the West. Or maybe a Test of Will. We'll run a Test of Will and a Will of the West. So at that point, we do succeed the burgle attempt. Woohoo! We get some treasure. We got the Battle Axe. Okay, we like the Battle Axe. So Battle Axe comes into our hand. This is now contributing 4 threat to our thing now. Okay, we will go ahead and we'll travel to the Desolation of Smaug. Yeah, the Desolation of Smaug, and we'll go ahead and ready up. We will pass out money, increase our threat. Draw 2 cards, which is a Record Keeper and a Dwarven Tomb, which is nice. We can Dwarven Tomb a Galadriel's or a Test of Will. We have both of those in our hands, so we can hang out and just wait just a little bit and not jump to conclusions there. But we do need to succeed again on our questing because we want to clear this guy. We get 1 more quest. So no matter what we pull, we will need to push at that point, which I honestly don't know if we're ready, because I'm just scarred by having those 9 attacks come in. So it was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, kill a hero for 7. So 7 attacks in a row kills a hero, and at that point we lose. I really wish we had a Steward of Gondor, but here we are. Okay, so let's go ahead and spend 1 resource from Ori to put the Record Keeper into play. So that's going to lower our threat by 1, so taking us down to 27. Then let's go ahead and put the Okay, here we go. So we are going to take our quest counter all the way down to 0 because we're going to be recounting. So we got 2, 4, 6, 9, or 10. No, 2, 4, 6, 9. Added 1 too many. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. So up to 17. How did I have 17 last time? So 2, 4, 6, 9, 11. I'm at 11, 14, 17, 19. Okay, I'm at 19. So 19, and we are showing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 19 to 12. We'll flip this. When revealed, each player discards 2 random cards from their hand. Until the end of the phase, each dragon enemy in play gets +1 threat for each event discarded by this effect. I don't think I want to do that. I like all my cards. Let's go ahead and spend 1 resource to cancel that. It does gain Surge because this is our active location. And so we've got each dragon enemy in the staging area makes an immediate attack against the player with the highest total willpower committed to the quest. So dragon will kill the Hammersmith. We don't deal a shadow card. Okay. So then we succeed. We push through. This clears. We have to place a progress token on Smaug. And then we try a burgle attempt. Shuffle your deck. Reveal the top card. He can discard 2 cards from his hand that match that revealed card's sphere. And again, we can spend 2 Baggins resources to take it into our hand instead if we would rather do that. So we've got the Zygal Miner. Let's go ahead and spend 2 resources to take that into our hand. Resolve the next one. The Gleowine. Got Miner. We actually cannot do that one, so we'll take that one as well. Hopefully we can win here. Okay, the Record Keeper. We're starting to get a little I'm starting to get a little nervous. We can play it safe or take the Record Keeper into our hand. If we take the Record Keeper into our hand, or if we don't, we have to discard the Miner and Gleowine. It's a lot. That's very scary. Okay, so if I flip purple, I'm good. If I flip blue, it's not great. I can get rid of a Miner and Killy probably. If I do this, I lose these 2. We're gonna go ahead and succeed. We'll just take it. We'll succeed on that. This will go down to 3. We get the top card, which is, hey, the Arkenstone. Ooh, the Arkenstone's very nice. Actually, yeah, that's really, really nice. Okay, sweet. So we succeed. We go there. We will go ahead and we will optionally advance to stage 3. So when revealed, set Smaug the Golden aside out of play, add Smaug the Magnificent and a Bear Batch to the staging area. So players cannot defeat this stage while Smaug the Magnificent is in play. If the total number of progress counters on the stage is greater than the total remaining hit points on Smaug, remove Smaug the Magnificent from play. If the players defeat the stage, they have won the game and discovered any treasures successfully burgled from the Lonely Mountain. Okay, so he comes out. We get the Magnificent. Look how magnificent he looks, y'all. He looks very scary. Oof. And we've got the Bear Patch. So the Bear Patch is an objective card. It says that while attached, Smaug gets -3 defense, so he goes down to a 5. Then after the player's quest successfully, the first player makes a burgle attempt. If successful, attach a Bear Patch to Smaug the Magnificent. And then Smaug the Magnificent says it's immune to player card effects, cannot leave the staging area, but it's considered to be engaged with the first player. And then if Smaug the Magnificent is dealt a shadow card with a burgle effect, he makes an additional attack immediately after this one. I definitely should have thought about this. Oh shoot, Dane's dead. No, hold on. I needed. Ah, crud. I forgot that he attacks this round. I'm going to have not quested with Philly. I know that's a little bit of a cheat, but I just forgot that he attacks this round. And I would have quested for 17, showing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, that would have been fine. Okay. Oh well. Yeah. We will try and travel here. So the secret entrance. So we have to exhaust it. Oh, we have to exhaust a hero. Okay, that's fine. We'll exhaust Dane. Then look at the top card of the encounter deck. Name a card type. We'll say Treachery. It is a Treachery, so we do successfully get to travel there. This is the first player names a sphere, then all non Baggins characters who do not belong to that sphere are removed from the quest. So we did travel to the mountain, so we do get to, I guess we could ready these cards, or these heroes, and we'll reduce our threat by 2. Smaug is going to attack. Philly will step in. Oh, it's dealt this card. It does not have a burgle effect, which is huge. And Philly most definitely does. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we are going to raise our threat. We're going to draw 2 cards. We got another copy of Dwalin, a Song of Travel. Still no Steward. Be nice to have a Steward. Pass out some money. So Astari or someone. So with the Arkenstone, it says exhaust the Arkenstone to raise your threat by X, to lower by X the cost of the next ally you play this phase that matches the attached hero sphere. If you have Song of Travel, he gains the resource icon, but he does not gain that sphere. Is that correct? Am I reading that correctly? So you would have to actually what's printed on the card. I believe that's how you would. That's how it would be interpreted. Okay, we have a pickle. 26. Okay, part of me kind of wants to just put Gandalf into play. Just so we can... If we throw Gandalf into play, we can probably make sure we quest successfully, and then he can be a blocker for Smaug. Or we can start attacking Smaug. I don't like how few allies I have out here. That's what's really scaring me. Okay, so we've got Dwalin, Zygel. Weird. Killy. We could Will of the West. And then throw Killy and bring Philly out onto the table. That is an option. That'll give us just a little bit more of a buffer. The other thing that I'm thinking about is the first dwarf we sacrifice, the first hero we sacrifice is Ori. And so can we use all of his resources somehow? Because we may kill him this round. Let's go ahead and spend 4, 5. Put Gandalf into play. When Gandalf enters play, we will draw 3 cards. Got a sneak attack. Ooh, there's sneak attack for Gandalf. A Biffer, good. And a Rivendell Minstrel. Okay. Put those over near... Okay. So we need to quest. This is going to be, it's reduced by half. So right now it is showing 2, 4, 6. So this is showing 3, 9. We're showing 9 in the area, in the questing area. We do want to succeed because we want to get this bear patch attached to Smaug. And if we can do that, we're gonna play a little bit wild and free. Why not? So we're gonna spend 1 resource. Hey, why isn't there a dwarf called Buffer that has like 5 defense and 5 hits? That'd be great. I love it. So Will of the West gets removed from the game. We will go ahead and shuffle all of these cards back into our deck. I kind of wish we had done this before or after Gandalf had left play, but I just need to flood this field right now. We will put the Arkenstone onto Nori. We will raise our threat by 3. Actually, before that, before I shuffle my deck, I'm going to have played Dwarven Tomb. So Dwarven Tomb's in there. I'm going to grab the Test of Will that was in there. So, just so we have that. Your Spider-Man looks weird. He does, doesn't it? Did I title it Spider-Man or something? How you doing? Happy to have you. Okay, so we have a Test of Will. Then we are going to throw 2 to put Narvi's belt onto Dane. No, I just didn't expect Lord of the Rings. Well, welcome. We love Lord of the Rings here. Lord of the Rings is an excellent game that Smaug is about to eat our entire family. Which we always, just cherish those moments, right? So we raise our threat by 3, so that way we can play Killy for 0 cost. At that point, we can go grab Philly. Where is Philly? There is Philly. So there's Philly. And then we can lower our threat by 1. In my head, you only play Marvel Champions. So I play... The current schedule is Lord of the Rings on Mondays, Marvel Champions on Wednesdays, and then Arkham Horror on Fridays. So I do try and hit all 3 of the LCGs every week. So do you play any of the others card games? Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna have Gandalf attack. So we're showing 3, 9. So we need to go at least over 9. Bilbo is a defender. Yeah, it's so tough. Okay, so let's take this all the way down to 0. You play Magic the Gathering, so you don't have any money left for LCGs. That is absolutely fair. So we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And Aeon's End on Saturdays. I am trying to get a buddy to stream Aeon's End with me in one of the upcoming weeks. So stay tuned. That actually may happen. So that's 6. We've got 2. The record keeper can't do anything else. We'll go Gloin for 3. So that puts us at 11. That allows us to flip a 2, which I want to be able to flip more than a 2. Let's toss a Dwalin for 2. So that allows us to flip a 4, and we will be safe. Actually, we do want to flip 1 more than a 4, but we'll take that risk. Okay, so We're showing 9. We're questing for 13. We flip here. Surge. Put 1 progress token on Smaug the Golden. Then spend X resources to advance to stage 4A. X is the number of progress tokens on Smaug the Golden. Smaug the Golden is not in play, so that just gains Surge. When revealed until the end of the round, exhausted characters. Oh, I meant to exhaust this to give me the Spirit Sphere. Get -1 to everything. We will go ahead and spend the money to play a Test of Will to cancel that. Okay, so we do succeed. So this clears. We will attempt a Burgle attempt at this point. So we'll flip this. Burgle, the first player shuffles his deck and reveals the top card. I can spend 1 card from his hand that matches the revealed card's type and cost. Oh no, is the video all weird? I'm going to go try and fix the video real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so the internet in my area has decided to not work for enough for streaming. And so what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and see how far we can get. And hopefully it kind of fixes itself. And then I'm going to do some research on what I need to do in order to get reliable internet in Cincinnati. So, okay, it was not your dial-up. Sorry, it was my poor dial-up. Okay, so we are in the middle of doing a Burgle test. So we are shuffling and then we're discarding 1 card that matches the card's type and cost. So we've got a type, it's an event, it's a 3-cost event. We could toss a Galadriel's Greeting for a Galadriel's Greeting to succeed. I'm at 28. I don't love it. Although I do have Gandalf's. Yeah, I have Gandalf's that can lower my threat. So yeah, we'll go ahead and toss Galadriel's for Galadriel's. So at that point, we get to attach a Bear Patch to Smaug the Magnificent. So he gets -3 defense. Okay. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Now Smaug is going to... We're going into the encounter phase. Smaug is going to attack us. We will defend with Bilbo. And he's attacking us for 8 plus a shadow card. It does have a Burgle effect. So we'll raise our threat by 3. And Smaug attacks again. We will defend with Biffer. So 8. It does have a Burgle effect. So Smaug will attack again. So that's 2. We'll defend with Killy. It does have a Burgle effect. So Smaug will attack again. It does have a Burgle effect, so Smaug will attack again. We'll defend with Gandalf. It does not have a Burgle effect, so Gandalf dies, but Smaug does not attack again. So that is the risk that we run right there. So, and at this point, it gets really hard to win. It gets really, really, really hard to win. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, but we don't have enough to swing back to do anything to Smaug, and so that'll be the end of the round. We'll raise our threat by 1 and take these back into our hand, or unexhaust. We'll draw 2 cards because we still do have 5 dwarfs. Do we have any attachments that we like? We don't. We'll pass out some money. I think this may be a scoop, y'all. We'll see, but so we have the Zygo Miner and Dwalin. We probably should have tanked with Dwalin because we have one in our hand. We'll raise our threat by 1, 2 to go ahead and put the miner into play. Debating whether I want to try to complete your Pokedex and shield or if it would take too dang long. How close are you? Lower our threat when the miner enters play. Okay, so we're looking at showing 6. We're showing 12. I don't think we win this, y'all. I don't think we win this. I don't think we have enough economy to win. We'll go ahead and put the battle axe on Dane. Not close at all. It may take you a while then. We'll see. We'll go ahead and exhaust Narvi's belt to give us the lore resource to play the Hammersmith. I'll lower our threat by 1. Actually, no, we're not doing that. I'd rather get Gandalf out there. The sneak attack. Okay. So we're showing 12. If we just don't quest. If we don't quest, that puts us up 12. Then we can swing back for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That would deal 5 damage, but then there's no way that we would be able to do that. Just having him wipe our board like that is just so detrimental. Actually, no, we're gonna throw this on too, Nori. Yeah. We'll definitely quest with the record keeper at least. So that's going to be 2. We'll take this down all the way down to 0. 272 regular, 92 Isle of Armor. Haven't started the Crown Tundra. So you got well, Crown Tundra shows 96, but I just went there for the first time last night. I've never played Shield. The last one I played was Diamond and Pearl, and then we played Arceus. But I've never played Shield. Is it worth it? I've heard mixed things about Shield, unfortunately. The stream is still pretty poor, so I do apologize for that. Yeah. Not quite sure what I can do there. Okay, so you haven't bought Diamond and Pearl or Arceus, so I don't know how to compare. Nice. Arceus is really good. I do really like Arceus. I'm wondering if we're getting into scoop territory. We needed to build more. Okay, so let's just not quest. Well, we're questing for 2. We're showing 12. Attached to the hero with the most resources without a dragon spell attached, she gets -1 willpower for each in its resource pool. So there's Baggins. So we increase our threat by 10. So we're up to 43. And now we're moving into the combat phase. So we will sneak attack Gandalf. We'll lower our threat by 5. So we're down to 38. Okay. We will defend with Bilbo against an attack of 8. It does have a burgle effect, so he will attack again. We do have to raise our threat by 3. We will defend with Dwalin. It does have a burgle effect, so he will attack again. We'll defend with the Zygal Miner. It does not have a burgle effect, so he won't attack again. So now we will swing with, this is 4, 8, 11, 13. So that deals 8 damage to Smaug. And cool. So Gandalf comes back into our hand. We'll unexhaust everything. We may have a shot. We have to just quest like crazy though. That's our only saving grace. And hopefully just not die. Pass out money, draw. We still have 5 dwarves, so we draw a Longbeard and a Dwarven Tomb. Okay, so we raise our threat by 1. We'll raise our threat by 3. 1, 2, 3 to put a Dwalin into play. Lower our threat by 1. That was with the Arkenstone. We will spend 4. 5 to play Gandalf. When Gandalf enters play, we will try to think. What do we want to do? What do we want to do when Gandalf enters play? Probably lower our threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I thought I had something to get rid of that, but maybe not. Apparently not. We will spend 2 from Ori to play the Hammersmith. We don't have any attachments, but we do get to lower our threat by 1. Alrighty. So let's see how much we can quest for. I don't think we have it. But we'll see. We'll see. So we got 3. We got 5, 7, 11. Plus 2. Plus 3. Plus 3. Oh yeah, no, we're not even close. So we're showing 12, requesting for 19. Our saving grace here would be to flip something that's like 0. Actually, it'd be nice to be able to flip maybe a mountain location, not have a burgle with Bilbo's effect, and then quest again. So we'll see. But we've got, when revealed until the end of the round, exhausted characters get -1 to all of their stats. And so instead of 19, we are going to 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. So we do not succeed. So that's a little unfortunate. We have no way to cancel that. So Smaug is going to attack. We will defend with Bilbo. It does have a burgle effect, so we will increase this by 3. Smaug will attack. It does have a burgle. We'll kill Ori. Smaug will attack. It does not have a burgle. We'll kill Nori, but at that point we're scooping. Alrighty, so there's a scoop. That's 1 scoop counter for us. Just having Smaug just eat through all of your allies is so tough. It's just so tough. So I have won with this deck before, and so what we'll do is we'll shuffle. We'll try it one more time today, and then we'll see how that goes. Because I think we were fairly close. If we just had missed one of those burgles when he attacked for, like, I think it was like 7 or so, then we probably would have been a lot better off. The other thought is maybe only grabbing one treasure from the Lonely Mountain. I think that actually probably is the right call, is only grab one treasure from Lonely Mountain. So I need to get Nori, I need to get Ori. If Smaug eats Bilbo and eats the One Ring, ooh yeah, what happens at that point? Does Sauron start to chase after Smaug at that point? Alrighty, let's try it again. We'll shuffle all of these up. Yeah, I think maybe only grabbing one may be the right call. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of tactical decisions that need to be made. You just have to be ready and get lucky that he doesn't flip a ton. Playing this solo is a lot harder because you are kind of you're always the center of Smaug's attack. So that gets very dangerous. And just every single round he's going to be eating probably 2. He's probably going to be killing 2 of your characters. Well, we get the sleeping boy back out here. The golden. It says 5 again. Yeah, I think it would be really nice to... The Arkenstone is pretty nice, actually. I do like the Arkenstone. I may actually run another copy of Steward, because that was really detrimental not getting it. I think in all my practice games I was able to grab Steward pretty early. So if we run a copy of Steward, what do we cut? Maybe a Gloin. I think we cut a Gloin. Where are my stewards? Where are my stewards? There it is. Cut a Gloin, add a steward. Hopefully that allows us to get it. And then if we have steward and we have Narvies, then we can start throwing allies out like nobody's business. And that's kind of the goal, is maybe just hard mulligan for steward. Which I guess every mulligan is a hard mulligan in Lord of the Rings. But we got 2, 4, 6. Let's see what we got. We've got Unexpected Courage, Ever My Heart Rises, a Sneak Attack, a Test of Will, Gladriums, and a Legacy of Durin. So no allies, no steward. That's a mulligan right there. We'll shuffle that back in. And try again. If at first you don't pull steward, try again. Ooh, and I get to take my threat down to 28. We're not starting at 41, which is great. Alrighty, okay, so let's see. We've got 2, 4, 6. Hopefully we got a steward in there. We got Song of Travel. We got a Record Keeper. We got Gandalf. We got the Magic Ring. We got another Record Keeper, and we got a Biffer. Okay, so meh, not great, but it is what we have to deal with. So let's go ahead and pass out some money. We will toss a Magic Ring onto Bilbo. We will spend 1 resource to go search for a treasure card, which we will grab and attach Sting to Bilbo. just like that, we got Sting there. We'll spend 1 from Ori to play a Record Keeper, which will reduce our threat by 1, taking us down to 27. And that'll be that. We will quest for 2 to 2. We're going to flip a 2, so we do raise our threat by 2. I just said 2 a lot there. Bear bats, or the bats come and engage us. We will defend with Dane. They're going to swing for 2 plus no shadow effect. And we'll swing back for 3, which will kill the bats. Unexhaust. Raise our threat. Draw a card. Ooh, it's the Rivendell Minstrel. Pass out money. We have all of the green allies right now, which is really not good. We'll spend 1 to play a Record Keeper, which will lower our threat by 1. We will quest for 2. We're showing 2. Surge, put 1 progress counter on Smaug, then spend 1 to not advance. So we will definitely do that. Oh geez, that would have been really bad. So that surges into the secret entrance. And so while it's the active location, we only contribute half of this. We will go ahead and not travel there and call that. So we now have 5 dwarfs, so we get to draw 2, which is sneak attack and a Longbeard Elder. Okay, we'll pass out money. I kind of want to sneak attack Gandalf in just to get the threat reduction or the card draw, but we're gonna hold off on that. We'll spend 3 from Dane to play the Longbeard Elder to lower our threat by 1, so we're back down to 29. Rinse, wash, and repeat. We'll go 2, and then we'll actually also go 2 with the Record Keeper. And so we're questing for 4. We're showing 2, 3, 4. So we're 4 to 4. We flip this up. We do increase our threat by 2. This guy will come and engage us. We will defend with Dane. So it's attacking for 2 to our 3. No shadow effect. And we'll swing back with what we got to kill it. Okay, so we will unexhaust, rinse, wash, and repeat. Pass out some money. Draw 2 cards. Narvi's Belt and a Dwalin. Okay, there you go. So we'll spend 1 from here to put Dwalin into play, which will lower our threat by 1. We cannot play Narvi's. We're kind of stuck. We need some card draw. So we're showing 3. We'll go ahead and do the same thing. We'll quest 4 to 4. Hey, look. I'm having super major deja vu right now. So increase this by 2. Dark Bats comes in. We will defend with Dane. No shadow effect. We will swing back and kill it. I don't think I increased my threat last time, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll just increase it by 2 this time. Unexhaust. Draw 2 cards. There's an Unexpected Courage and a Gloin. Pass out some money. Okay. So we may actually look at this and throw Narvi's Belt onto Nori and just kind of make an audible call, because we don't have any spheres, or we can just hang out and keep doing what we're doing and hope for the best later on down the line. It's kind of the thought process here. I do really want more cards. I want more cards. We can spend 3 from Ori to play Bifford to lower our threat by 1 and draw 2 cards. Hey, there's a Miner of the Iron Hills and a Legacy of Durin. Cool. Okay, so we got a Legacy of Durin, which is going to help us with some card draw as well. So we're showing 4. You've seen it before. We go 2, 4, go even. Exhausted characters get -1/-1. So requested for 4 against 4, -2. We go up 2. And here we are. So we'll go up 1, pass out. We're at 36. So getting a little bit high. We got a Hammersmith and a Galadriel's Greeting. Well, that fixes our threat problem. Let's go ahead and spend 1 from Ori to put the Legacy of Durin onto Dane. Then let's spend 3 from Dane to play Gloin. So we will exhaust Legacy of Durin to draw a card, which is a Miner of the Iron Hills. We are drawing all of our green cards right now. And then we will give 2 resources to Dane. We'll spend 2 resources to throw Narvi's Belt onto Nori. And we will think long and hard about what we want to do with our lives. I think what we want to do is okay. We're at 36, which is a little bit high, but let's go ahead and hold off 1 more round. So we'll quest for 4. We're showing 4. We'll flip this. It's a 1 plus a surge. 1 plus a surge. And then a player discards 2 random cards from their hand, and each dragon enemy in play gets +1 threat for each event discarded this way. So we will shuffle these up. Discard these 2. So we got Song of Travel and the Minstrel, which is okay. 0 plus threat. And so we've got quest for 4. Here's 4. 5, 6, 7. So we go up 3. These will both engage us. This first one, Dwalin will defend. So we got 1 no surge effect. Dwalin takes no damage. This next one, Gloin will defend. So 1 to 1, no surge, or no shadow. Then we will swing back for 3 with Biffer to kill this one. And 3 with Ori to kill this one. Okay. On exhaust. Increase our threat to 40. That's a little bit higher than I want it to be. Actually, it's a lot higher than I want it to be. Pass out money. Draw 2 cards. We got a Hammersmith and another Gandalf. So let's go ahead and exhaust Narvi's Belt to give the lore resource. We'll spend 2 from Nori to play the Hammersmith. We'll exhaust Legacy of Durin to draw a card, which is Master of the Forge, which is excellent here. Yes, that is Great. And then our threat goes down by 1. We'll spend 2 more to play Master of the Forge. We'll go ahead and exhaust Master of the Forge to search the top 5 cards of our deck for an attachment and add it to our hand. We did not get it, so we'll shuffle our deck. Okay, so we're sitting at 39 threat. At some point, we're going to have to start bringing that down. I'm going to spend that from Ori instead of Nori. Okay, so quest for 4, showing 4. Flip up by 1, so we increase this by 1. We got 2 secret entrances now. And we will unexhaust. Draw 2 cards. There's the Steward of Gondor that we were looking for. Pass out some money. Now let's go. Okay, so we'll spend 2 from Dane to throw Steward onto Nori. Nori will take 2. We'll spend 3 from Nori to play the Gladrium's Greeting to lower our threat by 6. We will spend 1 from Ori. We'll exhaust Narvi's Belt to give him the lore. We'll put Hammersmith into play, which gives us Song of Travel back, and that allows us to reduce our threat and exhaust Legacy of Durin to draw a card, which is Song of Wisdom. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So this is a little bit more like what I want the board state to look like whenever we are what I was hoping the board state was going to look like whenever we progress. So we've got a lot of fodder out here. We've got consistent access to money. We've got miners in our hands. We've got 2 Gandalfs to sneak attack. So I'm feeling pretty good. We're sitting at 34th threat. Let's work on our threat reduction real quick. Let's spend 1 turn working on threat reduction, and then we'll push. So 1 from Nori. Yeah, 1 from Nori to Dwarven Tomb, the Gladrium's Greeting. We're showing 5. We'll quest for 4. We'll quest for 6. And if we succeed, then we may just fail the burgle attempt. Okay, well, we don't succeed. We got a hidden path. So so we quested for 2, 4, 6. We're showing 2, 4, 6, 9. So our threat goes up 3. We'll go ahead and spend 2 resources to travel to the hidden path. So now everything in the staging area gets -1, or each location gets -1. Okay. So at the end of this round, we will ready. Increase our threat to 38. Draw 2 cards, which is a Longbeard Elder and a Filly. Pass out some money. We'll exhaust Narvi's Belt to give leadership. We'll spend 2, 3 to play a Filly. We'll go search our deck for a Killy. We'll exhaust Legacy Adjourn to draw a card, and we'll decrease our threat by 1. The card that we draw is a Ever My Heart Rises, which is nice. We'll throw that on to Nori. We'll have spent. We'll have done that. Just so we have access to sneak attack later if we want it. One more round, because I pulled out these 2 dwarfs. So one more round, and then we'll start pushing. Okay, so we're showing 1. If we quest with Bilbo, so if we quest here, we quest 4, we're only showing actually 2. So that's a fairly safe quest. We'll go ahead and do that. Oh, we flip a Great Hall. Gross. Okay, so we quested for 4. We're showing 2 plus 3, so our threat goes up by 1. And so we're at 38. Okay, so we did not quest successfully, so we don't have to burgle. Okay, so we will unexhaust, raise our threat to 39, pass out money. Draw 2 cards, Dwarven Tomb, and a Zygal Miner. Okay. So let's go ahead and spend 3 from Nori to play a Gladrium's Greeting to lower our threat by 6. We will go ahead and move into the questing phase. We'll spend 1 from Dane to sneak attack Gandalf, committed to the quest, and when we do that, we're going to lower our threat by 5. So he's down to 28. Yep. Okay. So we're showing, let's see. Let's just do this count. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We may want to have, no, we'll have Bilbo go plus 2. Okay, so that's 10. And then we're showing 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's go ahead and throw Gloin on it as well for 3. So that's 13. We'll flip up this card. It's another Great Hall. Ouch. Okay, so this is 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we quested for 13, so we are successful. This clears. We can make a burgle attempt. Shuffles and reveals the top card. Discard 2 cards that match the card's type. So the top card is going to be a event. I think we'll spend 2 to take that. So we will reveal another event. We'll spend 2 to take that into our hand. We'll reveal another event. Oh my goodness. Okay, so at this point we will probably toss a Dwarven Tomb and a Will of the West, and hopefully be able to grab a Will of the West again. And so we will successfully burgle. So we will shuffle these up, take the top one. Which is the Golden Cup. So we can discard this to draw 3 cards. Gandalf comes back to our hand. We will go ahead and travel to We were successful, so that goes there. We'll travel to the Great Hall, which we can lower our threat by 1. And we're gonna go search for one more item, I think. Okay, so we'll place 1 here on Smaug the Golden. We'll unexhaust. Pass out money. Draw 2 cards. Gandalf and a Miner of the Iron Hills. We'll go ahead and use the Golden Cup to draw 3 cards. So we got a sneak attack, another sneak attack, and a Galadriel's Greeting. Excellent. Go ahead and spin 2 from Ori to put a Miner of the Iron Hills, which will lower our threat by 1 and will allow us to draw a card, which is a Test of Will. Sweet. Okay, so let's go ahead. We needed to place 1 more on here because of the Great Hall. We'll spend 1 during the quest phase to sneak attack Gandalf into play. When Gandalf enters play, we will lower our threat by 5. Actually, we may draw some cards. Yeah, we'll draw 3 cards. Got a Dwarven Tomb, Zygal Miner, and an Ancient Madden. Okay. So we've got 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3, and maybe a plus 2. We'll have to flip that card. Plus 3. Eight, 11, 14. We'll have Killy for 2. And what are we showing? We're showing 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 to our 16. We'll go plus 2 here. We'll go plus 2 to Nori, or plus 3 for Nori, so that takes us to 21. So I think we should be good there. We'll flip this. It is not a location. Oh, that's a bummer. We'll have to test a will that. So we'll flip that. It's not a location. So this actually drops down by 1 because of Longbeard Elders. This comes in. We name a sphere. All non-Baggins characters who do not belong to that sphere are removed from the quest. I think we'll test a will that card. Okay, so we do succeed. We have 21. We're showing 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we do clear this. We will burgle attempt. Shuffle your deck and reveal the top card. Spin 1 card from his hand that matches the real card's type and cost. So it's a Galadriel's Greeting. So it's a 3 cost event. We're at 25. We'll Galadriel's at Galadriel's. So we'll succeed on that. Take this card, which is the axe. This goes down to 3, and we will go ahead and progress. So when revealed, we remove Smaug the Golden and put Smaug the Magnificent and a Bear Patch into play. Running out of room. Smaug the Magnificent is going to attack. We will defend with the Iron Miner. It does have a burgle effect, so he will attack again. We will defend with Dwalin. It does have a burgle effect, so he will attack again. That's 2. We will defend with the Hammersmith. It does not have a burgle effect, so he will not attack again. At this point, we have 2, 4, 7. I'm going to travel to the Great Hall, sorry. So this does this, lowers my threat. So I think I can I think I can actually damage him. So if I go 3, 6, 8, 10, 13, I can put 3 damage on him. It's better than nothing. 3 damage onto Smaug. Just like that, we will unexhaust. Maybe make some more room for us over here. Draw 2 cards. We got a Dwalin and a Hammersmith. Pass out some money. We'll spend 1 to play a Dwalin from our hand, which will exhaust Legacy of Durin to draw a card and lower our threat by 1. We're going to put the Battle Axe onto Nori. Do we have any attachments that we like? No attachments at all in our discard pile. Okay, so let's go ahead and spend 2 from Ori to play the Hammersmith, which will reduce our threat by 1. We'll spend 2 from Nori to play the Miner, which will reduce our threat by 1. Okay. So in the quest phase, we are showing 6, 12, 14. We want to be successful. So we got 2. Oops, wrong one. We'll take this down to 0. Got 2, 4, 7, which this may not be. Or 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 for Ori. So we're at 16. Definitely want to go more. Go 2 from Dwalin, 2 from the Miner. So that's 20 to our 20 to our 14. We're showing a 4. We'll go 2 more. Okay, so we'll flip this up. It is not. Oh no, do I have a test of will? Yeah, I do. Okay. So it's not, so this actually goes down by 1, so it goes to 21. Oops, wrong button. So we're at 21 to 12, 14, 18. So 3 goes on the quest. Oops, wrong one. So we got 3 on the quest here. And we will... Yeah, we'll attempt to burgle to try and attach the bear patch. Shuffle your deck and reveals the top card. Discard 2 cards that match the revealed card's cost. So it's a 3. We got Bowfur and Longbeard Elder. Yeah, we'll do that. So we successful in that burgle attempt, which means that we get to attach this here. We will try and go to the secret entrance. We will name... Oh, we have to exhaust a hero to do that. That's less exciting, honestly, to exhausting a hero, which would be Bilbo. Because if we get it wrong, that's not good. Let's try it. We'll exhaust Bilbo to travel here. We're going to say treachery. It is a treachery, so that's solid. So we do travel here. We get to unexhaust Nori and lower a threat from Ever My Heart Rises. And then Smaug is going to make an attack. It will have a burgle effect, so he will attack again, unfortunately. So we'll toss this Hammersmith. Oops. And then we'll defend with this Hammersmith. It does have a burgle effect, so he will attack again. We'll defend with this Master of the Forge. It does not have a burgle effect, so that's good. That is really, really good. Okay. So now we're going to swing back at Smaug for 2, 4, 8 because of the axe. 2, 4, 8. So 3 damage goes on to Smaug. So he's up to 6 damage. Okay, so we will unexhaust everything. We will draw 2 cards, Gleowine and another Steward of Gondor. Okay, so where are we at? We need to increase our threat. We need to pass out money. So can we quest our way to victory at this point? I don't think so. But we can sneak attack. I meant to sneak attack Gandalf in that last time, but oh well. So you can, okay, so we are showing 13. Actually, no. So this is only showing 3, 9, 10. So we're showing 10. So if we can quest a lot, we need to get 14 points onto the main. We actually may have a shot at that. Okay, let's see what we got. So we got 2 for the minor. We'll exhaust Legacy of Durin to draw a card. Just Ever My Heart Rises. We'll put that on Ori. And then our threat goes down by 1. We will spend 2 from Nori to play Unexpected Courage onto Dane. We will exhaust Narvi's Belt. Actually, no, we're not. We're not going to do that. We're going to spend 1 to Dwarven Tomb a Test of Will. We have the money to play a test of will if we need to. We can sneak attack Mr. Gandalf in. Alrighty, so let's just count it up. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 17, 19, 22, 24, 26, 27, 29, 31. So if we quest for 31, plus 4 is 34. So we're questing for 34. We are showing 3. We're showing 10. That should be enough. That should be enough. Okay. 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 Let's try it. That'll be a new high record too. For questing on stream since we started counting the last time. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this may be not that. Actually, we're not going to quest with Longbeard Elder. So if we quest with this, that clears. It's actually better if we don't quest with Longbeard Elder. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's 29. We'll spend one of these to sneak attack Gandalf. For 4 more. And we'll lower our threat by 4. So we're at 33. We are showing 10. We'll flip this into a 3, so we're showing 13. That puts 20, so we win. Well, there you go. That is one heck of a quest. I'm sorry for the quality. I know that's frustrating, at least to me. It can be frustrating for y'all. So I'm going to try and figure that out before our next stream. Our next stream is going to be Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be playing through Galaxy's Most Wanted. Hopefully we can take Nebula on and figure all of that out. And then after that, on that evening, we're going to do a 4-player team up. We're going to be doing all of the Web Warriors versus the Inheritors and the Mutagen formula. And then Friday at this time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, we will start our Carcosa campaign. I am so very much looking forward to it. Thank you all for hanging out. I will see you all later. Peace.